Indiana's matchup didn't live up to the promise that it should have had. Injury sadly got in the way of this. But the one thing that I did notice was the contribution that came from unlikely places. Players such as Duncan Robinson and Alex Caruso, who were both massive for their respective teams in different ways, were both two-way G League players. Basically, the G League can produce good talent for NBA teams, and there are 3 of these types of players who are on that G League two-way contract who can easily make a huge contribution for the team when the season eventually starts back up. So the first player that should be a major surprise for their team, Amir Coffey for the LA Clippers. The Clippers underperformed in the playoffs this year, and they don't have much young talent on the roster due to how they traded nearly everybody in the PG trade. But Amir is the exception. Amir for the season was barely used by the Clippers. In fact, for the season, he averaged only 3.2 points, 0.9 rebounds, and 0.8 assists per game in only 8 minutes. However, it's his game in the G League and what he did in the bubble that should catch the Clippers' eyes. In the G League this season, Amir as a rookie was able to show his true game style. For the season, Amir averaged 15.7 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 2.7 assists per game on 48.3% shooting from the field and 40% from 3 on 5 attempts per game. Amir on the offensive end is pretty much a scoring plug off the bench. He can provide production off the dribble with his ability to handle the ball, and he has also shown the ability to make 3-pointers at a high clip. When Amir goes into the lane, he has also shown the ability to finish well with a ridiculous 72.2% finishing ability around the rim. That statistic would place Amir among the top 10 in wings that finish in the paint. Amir is extremely talented on the offensive end, but it's the defensive end that the Clippers should be really intrigued in. Considering how Amir is 6'7" and that he has a 7'2" wingspan, he has all the qualities that are necessary to become a great two-way wing. He finishes well around the rim. He can shoot the 3-point shot, and he's deceptively athletic. If Amir takes it upon himself to become a good or even great defender this offseason, the Clippers may have found a gem with him if they give him the necessary minutes to be able to grow. The second two-way G League player that can become a massive benefit for their team, Kyle Guy. Now Kyle, somewhat similar to Amir, hasn't been given a chance on the Sacramento Kings this past season. For the season, Kyle has only played 4 minutes for the Kings so far, but I believe the reason for this is due to how the Kings were sort of jammed in the shooting guard position with the likes of Buddy Hield, Bogdan Bogdanovic, and even Kent Bazemore. However, the progress and development that he made in the G League shouldn't go unnoticed. In the 37 games that Guy played for the Sacramento Kings G League team, he averaged 21.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game on 41.4% shooting from the field, but on a ridiculous 40% from 3 on 9.6 attempts per game. Now, despite the all-around game that Guy is providing in the G League, he won't be given this opportunity in the NBA with the Kings. What Kings fans should want to see from Guy is ironically near the same with what Duncan Robinson is providing the Miami Heat, a great source of shooting. Both Duncan Robinson and Kyle Guy are two shooting guards who had to work their way up from the G League and then into the NBA through their amazing ability to shoot the ball. Now, some may be worried about Kyle Guy's limits on the defensive end, but the reality of the matter is that Kyle won't be as much as a liability on the defensive end as some people may think. Basically, the dude played for Tony Bennett and the Virginia Cavaliers. If you can't play defense for Mr. Bennett, you won't get playing time. And just look at the other NBA players that came from Virginia, aka Joe Harris has worked out perfectly. If Kyle Guy gets a chance, this can work out perfectly for both parties. The third two-way contract player to look out for, Jared Harper. Jared Harper, alongside Kyle and Amir, barely got any minutes in his rookie season for the Suns before he was eventually cut and then signed by the Knicks. However, in the G League, it was a completely different story this season for Jared. With the Suns' G League team, in the 33 games that he was able to play, Harper averaged 20.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 5.7 assists per game on 41.2% shooting from the field and 36% from 3 on 7.4 attempts per game. Pretty much, Jared Harper is going to be somebody that the Knicks would bring off the bench to provide scoring and an ability to run the offense. Due to Jared being only 5'10", he brings with himself some clear liabilities on the court that will limit his true impact. However, with this being said, this doesn't mean that the Knicks shouldn't give him a chance. Considering the lack of a real standout guard on the roster so far, and the Knicks' lack of consistent shooters on the court, be on the lookout for Jared to at least get an opportunity to get some minutes with the team. If he takes advantage of the minutes he receives, look out, because he won't be looking behind from there. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, peace.